Halo CD Bestie, aku J Bernardt. Check out CreativeDisc.com, the #1 music website in Indonesia.
Hello, CD Bestie. Welcome back to CreativeDisc exclusive interview with me, Luthfi. And right now we have guests coming from far away, far from Indonesia. He's a musician from Belgium. He's already making an indie rock music for a long time, but he already make a solo career after a while. His first album already released on 2017, and he's coming back with his new solo project called Contigo, released on released on this year. So without further ado, this is my guest today. This is J Bernardt, or J man.
Hey. Hi, Luthfi. How are you?
Hi, G. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, thanks for having me too. What kind of activity that you are doing recently?
Excuse me?
What kind of activity that you are doing recently?
Well, I've been playing, we're playing live. It's a festival season here, and playing a lot of festivals in Europe. And the album has been out for 2 months, so it's still fresh, and it's nice to play it in front of the people for the first time. So I've been doing my job, actually, and loving it.
Oh wow. Let's gonna talk about your newest album called Contigo. Am I spelling correctly?
Yeah, it's Spanish. Contigo.
Okay, so why this album called Contigo itself?
Well, it's actually a breakup album. So it's the last time I sing. Contigo means with you.
Oh, okay.
So I'm talking about So I'm talking about all the stories. The last time I say some stories about with you to my ex, actually. So it's a bit of a paradox to use it as a title. It's a bit of a farewell, actually. But I use the Spanish because I like exotic languages.
Okay. Is it like from your true story, the breakup things?
Yes, I didn't invent it. I've been through a breakup, so I wrote an album about it. Yeah, it's a very personal, honest album, actually, but I'm proud of it.
But how do you convert the personal things into the album? Because I think like when you convey your true feeling, especially heartbroken one, I think like it's very hard to you to convey, because you've got scars on your heart, but you must pour it into the song.
Yeah, it's true, but it's that's what music is for, I think. Keep it really honest and true. And I've been writing for 2 years on this album, so it goes through the anger and the acceptance, and take a little bit of distance from it. And it's nice to see now that it's out that people can relate to it. If you're going through the same trouble, it's some words of comfort or like a soundtrack to it. But yeah, it's the job as a songwriter to stay honest.
Yeah. But what the reason you choose breakup as your starting point when you're making the album?
But the reason is life. It happened to me. You don't choose it. Every time you start an album, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't choose it. You just start writing, and whatever happened in your life, you use it as an inspiration to make an album. So this was happened for me, and I used it to make an album.
Okay. And the unique things about Contigo, in my opinion, I think it's like the album is like I have a exotic rock sounds. I think like it's kind of like desert things, even though you're living in Europe. how you like manifesting the exotic side and the desert side on this album, because it's very, very interesting hearing the concept of this album actually.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of cinematographic, like filmic soundtrack stuff going on the album.
Mm.
I'm a violin player, so I played violin as a kid. And, yeah, I wanted to use it a lot.
Mm.
So I mean, like the first song is really like a movie soundtrack in a way.
Exactly.
And I mean, it just fit the whole mood. I think I wanted something melancholic, big, orchestral with rock influences as well. To tell my story, and yeah, that's what came out of it. But I really like the sort of surf influences, the spaghetti western influences.
Spaghetti western, that's the word.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a cowboy, so in my head I am. Maybe just a Belgian guy, but in my head I'm a cowboy.
Yeah, the spaghetti western terms is very unique, because when I heard the album from start to finish, that's the word that came up to my mind, the spaghetti western term. Exactly.
That's nice. Yeah, yeah, it's good because heartbreak always sounds a bit cheesy, but
exactly.
if you picture it, a cowboy with a gun, lonely on his horse, it makes more sense. It's a bit more the picture I wanted.
All right. Okay, let's talk about the music, the music career on yours. Like why you want to choose music as your main point of career?
It's a dream of every kid, no?
Yes.
Everyone want to become a rock star.
Yeah.
So I just went for it, and I think I never had another option. I just always believed I was gonna do this, but of course you never know. But I'm super happy. Yeah, I mean I've been doing it since I was a teenager, so I just played a lot and kept going, kept working, kept writing music. This is also my second solo album, but I already have 5 albums with my other bands, and we always keep touring, and I love it, living the dream.
Okay, as one of the, I think like one of the oldest man in the band, I think like your band, your main band, I think it's it's have a long career in the Europe scene. Like what's your opinion about European music scene, because I think like you've gone through it so long.
Yeah, 15 years since my first album with the band. We've done it all,
Yeah.
We played all the shitty bars and from the UK till Italy to Scandinavia to everything. And I love the European scene. It's a bit. It depends, you have, for example, in my album, you hear a lot of French music influences, but also English. The British rock. And I think Europe is a bit a melting pot of all these influences, and especially Belgium. I mean, we try to mix every kind of genre into the indie or rock scene, and I like it. I mean, for example, now we're doing the festivals, and then in autumn we're doing a whole club tour. So yeah.
Oh wow!
The scene is vivid.
Oh wow! Okay, so what's your opinion about, what's your thought about Belgium music scene? Because I really want to know as a person living in there.
Do you know any Belgian music actually?
I think that's I think like the funny things about the European music, I kind of like associated with like Europop or maybe like Eurovision, but I think like it's kind of like cheesy one. I think it's really cheesy one. As myself like I think like Eurovision, I think like have a like a starting point when you want to go deep into the European music scene, but I think like it's kind of like limited to the pop genre, I think. So yeah.
That's interesting because I don't listen to that much to pop. But 2 days ago, I saw Dua Lipa. We had to perform at the same festival.
Oh, really?
And yeah. So, I mean, and the band before it was Kruang Bing. I don't know if you know them.
Yeah.
So it was a really, it's the indie band and then the pop band and an indie band again and then the Foo Fighters. It's all a mixture. But there's a lot of rock and indie music, of course, in Europe. I think for me, that's the main, the thing I listen to mainly. But a lot of interesting pop artists as well. But Eurovision, you said, wow.
Yes.
Like the festival, Eurovision Song Festival.
Yes, cool. The one. But I think like when people, I think like what's amusing me about European music scene is like there are so many hidden gem, I think, that I found that's not on the UK, on the speaking English native speaking country, I think.
It's I think there's so many countries, so and the music industry is still focused on England, of course, but in every country in Europe there are so many bands that make so really good music. It's just you have to fight for attention. And if you go through Europe, through all the festivals, you see so many good bands you never heard of. So I really, really like it.
Yeah. But as an old dog in the music industry, especially in the European music
you call
industry,
me an old dog?
15 years, man. 15 years. It's a long time. Right. It's a long time to be a consistent in the Europe music scene. Like
I can almost retire.
I think like it's very very interesting with your point of view, because I think like we kind of like culturally exchange each other. I really want to know what's the European, especially in Belgian music scene. I think because especially Belgian, I think like it's not English speaking native country, and you make yourself an English album.
Yeah, it's true, but you have a lot of people who sing in Flemish or Dutch here as well, but they only tour in Belgium or Holland. And I mean, we sing in English, but we also tour in the whole world, so it makes sense to sing in English, because otherwise they wouldn't understand this. Yeah, I think you have all kinds of music here. Just like everywhere else, there's pop, there's indie, there's rock, there's metal, there's everything's possible. And I think especially nowadays, it used to be more I'm a rock band and that's it. And now I think everyone does everything. Like we do a bit of hip hop, a bit of rock, a bit of pop. And I really like the genre blending mentality of the artists nowadays.
Yeah, I think like the internet things, like the streaming and especially the streaming and digital music era, I think like it helps a lot, I think.
Yeah, well, especially for example, for a band from Belgium, I think it would be really hard without the internet. Because of the internet, people from everywhere can just listen to it. It's just one click away, and you just have to have the attention or make sure that they want to listen to your music. But it's a blessing, the internet, for us.
Okay. Right now we have the two question left for this session, for this interview. The first one is mention 5 things we didn't know about Mr. J.
Well, maybe you were surprised. I played the violin, so I was a violin player as a kid. So now you know that. I've never been to Indonesia, so that's why I'm talking to you, because I really want to come to Indonesia.
I really want to come to Belgium too,
Let's exchange, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Not that difficult. Yeah. I don't know. 5 things. That's a lot. I'm the best. Spaghetti bolognese. I make the best one.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Hands down. So if anyone doubts me, come
Yeah.
eat at my place and be convinced.
Okay.
I actually I have another profession, and that is I'm a gardener.
Oh,
So a gardener,
really?
you know, work in the garden, make gardens.
Why?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's not so rock and roll, I know, but
Yeah.
that's why I keep it as a secret for everybody. But I'm I don't know why. I just like gardens. I think I like the peace of it, you know, from touring all the time, the wild rock and roll life, and then go back
Yes.
to your peaceful garden.
Yes, yes. I think like the garden things, I think like it's like, you know, you can back to your slow life after, you know, fast-paced touring, I think. And you
Exactly.
know, yes, and I think like when you gardening, I think like you can like slow down your life, because I think like you and your band, I think yourself as a a solo musician and a band, I think like it's a fast-paced life. Like you go
It
to the
is.
place to another place in the 1 day or 2 days and you back to the gardening. I think like it's like a zen.
So before this album, I
Mm.
thought about not doing music anymore and become a,
Oh,
a gardener. But luckily, luckily, I decided not to do that.
okay,
Another
okay.
thing, but it's not really a secret. But I actually didn't want to become a musician. I wanted to become a Formula One driver. That was my dream.
Damn, what's your favorite F1 team?
Ferrari, of course. Come on, there's only one team.
But Ferrari is now is not in the good
Yeah,
place, man.
hey, but I'm not gonna ditch them for McLaren or Red Bull or something. If you're a Ferrari fan, you're a Ferrari fan for life. And I mean, Hamilton won, and he's gonna go to Ferrari next year. So perfect.
This is interesting because I myself like following F1 since like maybe like
Really?
consistently like 2 years ago.
Since the Drive to Survive.
Yeah, but my point is like my starting point is not like Draft to Survive, is like I introduce I get to the F1 scene from my friends because he watched me F1 highlight every day when I stay in his house.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
but my point is not my starting point is not Draft to Survive like everyone else. And you know, the things about the I have my community friends who talk F1 a lot, and you know, we sometimes at some point we always trash talk with Ferrari fans, like he said like, okay, this year is our year.
Yeah, next year is gonna be our year.
Yeah,
No, but
and it's
yeah, I know, but you know, there's so many people who are a football fan who with the team that never wins. So that's the
yeah.
beauty of it. No, you gotta keep going for it. But I've been a Ferrari fan since 1996. So you
Damn.
know, I yeah, we we've won some championships. But
Yes.
yeah,
What?
yes, but
Yeah.
I wanted to become a F1 driver, but I totally failed. You know, there,
Mm.
I go karting a lot. You know,
Oh.
yeah, that's cool.
But why
But
are you
that was a secret.
trying to become F1 driver?
But I'm too old, I think, and I don't have enough money.
But why? But why you have that dream on the
The
past?
rush, the I don't know. It's like it's the same thing with the musician. There's magic in the air. There's some magic around the sport, and it's very dangerous and edgy. And
Mm-hmm.
you know why not? It's very appealing. I think.
Yeah. And yeah, once everybody's like is Ferrari fan, whether they like it or not, isn't it?
Exactly. You get it. You get it. You're a Ferrari fan as well. Look at your background.
Not man. I'm on Papaya fans. Anyway, okay.
Really, McLaren.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
fair,
yeah.
fair, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay, so that's it. That's our interview. Oh yeah, sorry. Very last question. I kind of forget because we are talking about the F1 stuff. Oh my god, I can really mate. I can stand with the F1 talk because once I talk about F1, I kind of like get into it. It's very
get
interesting.
It. I have the same. Yeah.
Okay, so what's next after Contigo album release?
I don't know. I'm gonna play a lot, tour a lot, and I'm already writing the next album with Bernardt. So as my solo project, I want to make another album because this one is about a breakup, but that's a bit sad. I also want to make a happy album, you know, next phase in life, sunshine after the rain. So give me some time and I'll write a new album. Of course.
Okay, we are gonna see the good side of the Mr. J itself.
Yeah, the sunny side. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a wrap. That's wrap up for this interview. That's end of this interview. Thank you so much, Mr. J, for all of this interview. You can check out J album Contigo in all streaming platform. You can follow his social media. Please promote your social media one.
Oh, it's Bernardt at Bernardt, and Bernardt is with a DT at the end. It's a bit weird, but that's my name.
Okay.
So BERNARDT. That's it.
GBERNARDT, or in Indonesian spelling JBERNARDT. Okay.
It sounds a bit like Flemish.
Yeah. Yes. Because Indonesia have colonized by Dutch in the past. Yeah, that's why maybe like we have like
there's a link.
There's a link on it. There's a link on it. So I can spell your name perfectly because maybe my tongue like one.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so that's a wrap for this interview. Don't forget to follow CreativeDisc.com in all social media platform, and don't forget to subscribe CreativeDisc on YouTube. And see you on the next interview. Thank you so much, Mr. J. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yo.